Hello, my name is Lisa Oswald, and thank you for viewing my discussion video regarding metacognition and metamemory. Metacognition and metamemory are different concepts. How they support child and adolescent development is also different. According to the video, using Bloom's to think critically, metacognition is the ability to analyze how and what you are thinking. Metacognition allows a person to engage in self-modification or the ability to transform how they learn and what they learn when attempting to learn new things. New material that is presented to a person can be readily grasped due to that person being cognitively aware of what their knowledge base is and what they still need to learn. It improves a person's ability to gain more knowledge. People who are able to identify their prior knowledge about a topic also find learning more about that topic to be less stressful and tedious, which leads to learning success. Teaching metacognitive skills to children helps them learn new information. Children who are able to identify what they know and what they want to know will lead to more goal attainment and academic achievement. They can also engage in self-regulation, or a child's ability to control their thoughts, behaviors, and feelings in order to meet their goals. Adolescents also benefit from metacognition. Adolescents can use learned metacognitive strategies to help them create steps for solving problems which will improve performance. The metacognitive approach helps adolescents develop critical thinking skills such as considering others' perspectives when making a decision. Adolescents understand that they are in control of how and what they learn, which leads to the concept that they are responsible for their academic performance. Self-regulation can occur for teenagers as well. They use metacognitive skills such as planning what they want to learn, monitoring their progress, and then evaluating their progress. Many teachers use KWL charts for adolescents and children. A KWL chart stands for what you want to know, what you already know, and what you have learned. And these are all metacognitive skills that are basically being taught to children at all grade levels. While metacognition looks at all aspects of thinking, metamemory explores our knowledge about how we memorize information. Memory transformation can occur when metamemory and cognitive strategies are utilized together while learning new information. When using metamemory, people use strategies as extra steps to facilitate memorization. They are different strategies that people use to remember information, such as note-taking, making lists, making mental images, or characterizing items. Other strategies of memorizing information that children, adolescents, and adults use is chunking information, connecting information from previously learned skills to new skills, and using multiple problem-solving strategies to assist them. Children and adolescents are different in how they use metamemory strategies. Children memorize information that is interesting to them without intending to. Children also naturally recognize items or pictures that they have seen before, and they can remember clear, extensive tales that they have heard or experiences that they have had. Adults help facilitate stronger memorization of autobiographical stories, for example, by reminiscing with the child and providing opportunities for the child to give more in-depth details. An autobiographical story is a story told that is about that child. It is very child-centered in that the child saying or telling the story, it's all about them. Children may know strategies to help memorize information, but they do not know when they are supposed to use them. Adults have to ask children to use memorization strategies. An experiment was completed to demonstrate that children do not think to use metamemory skills on their own. The experiment used a Big Bird doll, and the experimenter would put the Big Bird doll in a place and then ask the child to find it. The child participants would either be given a directive to remember where the Big Bird doll was, or they would not be given any directive. Children who were given the directive to remember where the Big Bird doll was were more successful at finding the doll than those who were not given that directive. Metamemory can lead to children becoming more aware of their world around them and helps them develop inferential skills as well. In contrast to younger children, adolescents have used metamemory skills already, and they utilize multiple strategies at once in order to solve problems or memorize new information. Autobiographical memories therefore become life narratives for adolescents. Teenagers use life narratives to plan for their future outcomes. I have used metacognition and metamemory strategies throughout my life. As a teacher, I use them when I write lesson plans, because I have to plan the lesson plan. I have to plan what I'm going to teach and how I'm going to teach it. And then after I do the lesson plan, I have to do a critique of what my lesson plan accomplished, how it worked out, and if I need to change anything in the future. I also use metacognitive skills when trying to learn to do a new activity, such as learning a new crocheting stitch. I like to crochet, and all the stitches are a little different, but some of them start off the same way. So I use the metacognitive skill of planning how I'm going to learn that stitch, and usually I use a video, and I watch the video and then I break down the video into steps, and then I try to do the steps, and then I evaluate whether I did it or not based on whether I was able to complete the task of learning the new stitch. And obviously if I didn't, I would go back to the start and try it again, but these are all metacognitive skills. I also use metamemory strategies all the time. I use them when I am learning new information, especially for this course. For example, when I was learning about Piaget's stages of development, I was able to use a strategy of connecting prior information to current information, as well as using experiences in the past to connect to new information that I'm learning. For example, I looked at my children and I realized that my children were in different stages based on what I learned in Piaget's development stages. For example, my youngest son, I figured out he was at a pre-operational stage based on my experiences with him at that time. And similarly, I learned how my oldest was moving into the formal operational stage because he creates hypothetical concepts and applies abstract thought to our more recent conversations. Other things I do is, for example, when I need to remember something to go shopping, I make lists or notes. To remember special events, I put it on my Google Calendar, which is obviously part of metamemory because it's a strategy to help me make sure that I attend a specific activity or that I remember the specific activity that I need to accomplish. My memory is challenging some days, so I really do need the metamemory strategies in order to assist me many times throughout my day, and it definitely helps me to remember more challenging factors or things I have to do. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to my video. Here are the references that I used for the video discussion. I look forward to hearing from you and learning about your questions and comments regarding my video. Thank you again. Have a great day.